Casino Royale is the 21st James Bond movie and one of the best ever. A great introduction into the series for Daniel Craig, who plays James Bond for the first time in this movie. And when I first heard he was cast as Bond, I never heard of him. I had like doubts about it. 'Cause he didn't really look like James Bond. He was blonde instead of black headed, and but he pulled off the role very well. He should have gotten an Oscar nominee for his portrayal of Bond in this movie. This movie should have gotten a Best Picture nominee, but it was snubbed. I think it got a Best Original Song Oscar nominee, which is I really love the theme song. The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name. Such a great song. And I love the animation during the credits and the creativity they did with playing cards in the credits because it's Casino Royale. And the black and white prologue with where Bonnie kills this guy who's a traitor, and in between they have a conversation before he shoots him, and in between the conversation, there's like another scene that's they're perfectly edited together where Bond is fighting this guy, and it goes between the fight and the conversation back and forth, and at the end of the fight, Bond turns around and shoots the guy that's trying to kill him, and he when he does that, it's the signature pose that you see at the beginning of each Bond movie where he fires at the audience, and when he turns around and fires, it's like blood goes down, and then we get to the animated credits and the song. Perfectly way to begin the movie. And Eva Green is excellent in Vespa Lynn. When they first meet, she knows his reputation and she makes it clear that she's not interested in him, so don't hit on me. And Bond says, "All right, you're not my type." But they slowly do become attracted to each other, and it's not just a one night stand type thing. It's a natural romantic relationship. Bond does fall for her, and he resigns from the agency after he falls for her. But yeah, yeah, then he has to go back later, of course. But the main mission in this movie is not to like stop these im- big super villain from taking over the world like in most Bond movies. This one is like he enters this card game and he has to beat this guy named Lashif, played by Mads Mikkelsen, uh, because if he beats Lashif in the game and wins all his money, he'll be able to. Lashif will be broke, and all the people the evil terrorists he's supposed to be funding, will be pissed that he's lost all their money and will try to kill him. And Bond will have to offer him and make a deal with him and for protection. I'll give you protection if you turn in these people for me. Well, that's not how it happens, but that's his plan. That's the reason why he's sitting on a mission to join this card game casino. And the card game scenes are really suspenseful. I mean, and it leaves you hoping with your fingers crossed that he will win, that he'll so he can accomplish his mission. And the bad guy, which Mads Mikkelsen plays the bad guy role pretty well, and also Judi Dench is back as M. She's very funny in this, but it's kind of confusing why she's there because this is a reboot of the timeline, and became M during the Pierce Brosnan era, right before this, during the '90s and 2000s, and you're like, shouldn't they have cast someone else differently because the Felix Wright, the CIA, FBI, CIA, whatever agent that Bond was friends with in the original timeline, he's recast as Jeffrey Wright, and Jeffrey Wright does a good job. And the action scenes in this movie are shot very well, very great action, all practical. A lot of my favorite action scene is the foot chase at the beginning through this African city where Bond has to evade these soldiers and catch this terrorist bomber he's assigned to arrest. Yeah, pretty cool parkour, martial arts, fist fights. Yeah, cool car chases later in the movie. Cool fist martial arts. Fight scene on the stairways with the guy wielding a machete. Very cool. And and I like the final fight between whether Bond they're in this like city in Venice, this palace in Venice, and they have this flotation devices to keep it from sinking. Bond shoots them, and the whole place is going underwater while they're in that place fighting. It's very intense, suspenseful scene. Pretty good action, and I just learned it today. This movie was shot by Mark. Martin Campbell, the same guy who directed GoldenEye, another great Bond film, and he also directed my favorite Zorro movie, Mask of Zorro, as well as its 2005 sequel, Legend of Zorro, even though I don't like that as much as Mask of Zorro. But there's no wonder this movie is so great. I don't know. This is good. I give it 2 thumbs up. All right, that's my review. If you like it, please hit the like button, subscribe for more. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.